Yeah, speaking of velo, you throw pretty hard, right? So what was it like the first time you hit like 105? That was like the one that really made some noise. So what was that like for you?
Well, that game, it was a Sunday game. The series was 1-1 against Auburn. It's kind of getting chippy back and forth. I think we were winning 3-1 when I came in. I was like just trying to close out the game, but I was juiced up. Like the crowd was getting into it. And I just remember there were some pitches I threw where I could tell the crowd was kind of like, oh, like, yeah. And you could hear it like building up. I didn't know until so it was the bottom of the 8th we were hitting, and I was in the dugout just like I had like a towel like sitting on the thing, and Jared Dickey comes up to me. He was like, dude, you're throwing pretty hard today. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I feel good. It's warm out. You know what? I don't know. I can't ask for much more. And he was like, no, like, you're throwing really hard. Like, you, like, hit 105. And I was like, I thought he was joking with me. I was like, yeah, good one, man, whatever. And then he was like, no, I'm serious. And I was like, oh.
Dude, that's great. Yeah. Did you just light up? Like, was that insane?
Yeah. And then, I mean, I think I did it like a few more times, like once at Mississippi State or something. Yeah. But just that first time was crazy. It kind of was a surreal feeling for sure.
Yeah. Are there some pitches where you just let it eat and you're just like, oh, it just feels different? Like, do you feel your body sequence better, or is it just like, I don't know, does this just happen?
Yeah, I'd say it's like sequencing. Like I can tell when everything's timed up, like the arm swing, everything, where my foot strike and all that. I can just tell when it feels right, and then it just comes out. Yeah, it just feels hard.
Yeah. What's your slider at right now? What are you even working?
Like 91 to 94, and then I'm throwing a sweeper at like low 80s.
Okay, so yeah, is it like a bullet slider you're working? Yeah. Is that the one you're working on trying to gain velocity on that?
Yeah, because in college I just threw a fastball and then the sweeper, so right, a huge difference. And when I got to pro ball, people were just automatic taking the sweeper, so I wanted something kind of in between there.
Okay. Yeah. And then what's your pitch mix look like right now?
Yeah, so it's four-seam fastball, cutter, slider, like a harder slider, then sweeper, and occasionally I'll throw a splitter, but it's mostly just those first three.
So what are the metrics on? Do you like look at TrackMan data a lot and stuff?
A little bit, yeah.
What are the metrics on your, if you know on the top of your head? Like,
yeah, I'm not like exactly sure about the fastball, because really all I've been focusing on is that cutter.
Right.
But the other day I was throwing some at like 93 with like 1 and 8. Okay. Like one vertical and 8 horizontal. So it's still like more of a true slider.
Yeah.
And then the sweeper's gotten up to like 24 horizontal.
Wow,
that's more of just like a try to land it for a strike pitch.
Yeah. All right. I have some questions that I had people on Instagram ask, so I'll start going to those ones. I got so many. Yeah. And like, obviously all of them were like, how do you throw harder? But I'll try to find ones that are more, I don't know, a little deeper than that. Yeah. Someone asked, so I guess you already talked about that. How fast could you throw at 15, which is like 70, right?
Yeah, like probably 70.
Dude, that's crazy. You threw 70 at 15 and 105. So that's just like word to people who are like listening, or maybe like down on themselves. They're like, oh man, all the people on my team throw 80, but I throw 70. Like, it can happen.
I mean, that was me. I was like, everyone's throwing hard, and I'm like, what? Why am I not throwing hard? But then it just kept working, and it came eventually.
Yeah. Do you think that you have like a different mindset than most people? Like, do you just work? Like, did you ever get down on yourself for not being the kid who threw super hard?
No, I mean, I think for me it was like you said, it was just work. Like I was always trying to, if I threw bad, I was in the weight room. If I threw good, I was in the weight room. It was like I was just trying to get better every day, and trying to, I mean, I thought eventually it would come if I just kept doing that, and it did.
And that's so cool to see your brother too, like doing the same. I remember you guys started that the program, right? The Joyce Fuel Company. Yeah. So what was your kind of thought process with that?
So I mean, obviously when it kind of blew up with the 105, I was getting DMs and all this stuff like, how do you throw hard? And I was like, why don't I just show people what I do, like make a workout program and see how it goes. So my brother kind of did most of it for me. Like he knew how to do all the website and stuff like that. So we just set it up and kind of saw how it took off, and it was pretty cool.
It must have crushed, right?
Yeah, it did pretty well, especially at first, like when I was at Tennessee, just like in season, like still throwing hard. That's when I was getting all the questions, like how do you throw hard, like all this stuff.
Yeah, I was trying to think. What's like the main, like without giving it away of the program, what's like the philosophy behind it? Is it just like lift heavy weight and throw every day, or is it deeper than that?
It's lift heavy weight, but like also moving quick too. Like there's like a sprinting program, cool stuff like that. Because for me, I think that's when I saw the biggest jump, is when I was not only getting stronger but getting faster and like more athletic in general. That's when I saw the biggest jump for me. So it's kind of a mix of like a big like compound lift, like a deadlift and a squat with like all the accessories with it.
Hit a pen out, pour up heavy in the lamb on a Eddie. I got 3 O's, run a valley, in new Dios, not for belly.